Yep. Right back here at the scene. It's a little bit dark outside right now. Yeah, I was just talking to my best friend, Danny Lopez. He's back home along with his brother Mauricio in North Carolina. He's still heartbroken over the passing of his mom's, and he has every right to feel that way, because that's his mother. And unlike his best friend, which his best friend being me, I'm heartbroken too. Also over his mom's passing away. Just like when my grandmother passed away, I was heartbroken. I found out about that at the last minute. Just like my stepdad, Mr. Willie, passing away, I was heartbroken. Everyone else in the Step family cried, including, just like when I cried in the hospital back then, calling up one of my aunts, letting her know what the hell's going on. It's like she really didn't understand where I was going with all of this. People love to make things hard on people. And this is not a fucking joke. Even my own real biological father passing away. Same thing. I found out about that at the last minute. I found out about that through Google. Because my father, he goes by this nickname. But, it's hard these days, man. Living by the sword, dying by the sword. Yep. I know recently, a few months ago, the late Notorious B.I.G., Christopher Wallace, right? His mother, Valletta Wallace, had passed away. His mom's was sick. And his mom's is right along with her own son, up there in heaven. Not to mention Notorious B.I.G.'s grandmother is still alive. His grandmother is 103 years old. His grandmother is also his mother's mother. And you figure Tupac Shakur and his mom's Afeni Shakur, they're also deceased and they're also up there in heaven as well. They were both of them, both Biggie and Tupac, they were both my favorite hip-hop artists. They both was born and raised out here in New York. Notorious B.I.G. born and raised in Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn? Bed-Stuy. Tupac, he was also born and raised out here in New York too. I think in Harlem or something. Yep. And then Tupac had moved to Oakland, California. Yep. When it comes to a lot of people that have lived out here in New York, grew up out here in New York, a lot of people these days move out of New York and they move to other states in particular. Just like Iron Mike Tyson, he's from out here in New York, Brownsville, Brooklyn. And guess where Mike Tyson lives at? He lives out in the West as well. He lives out in the West. He lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. He has a nice house or a mansion out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. Indeed. mean, people like that, they leave New York to go to other states, and then sometimes they leave those other states, and some of them can come back here to live in New York. I know Fat Joe, whose real name is Joseph Cardatina. Fat Joe had a nice house or mansion somewhere in Florida. I heard he sold that house. Fat Joe also has a nice mansion out there in Orange County, New Jersey. I think Fat Joe either still, and his wife and kids, I think they either still live in that nice mansion out there in Jersey, or they're back to living in the Bronx. Yep. Yeah, you know. Just like LL Cool J. LL Cool J had a mansion out there in California. I guess, he sold that mansion. LL Cool J would be back to living out here in New York. I think he lives in Manhasset, New York. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's out here right now. Unlike me, I've lived here in New York all my life. Would I ever want to move to another state? I honestly don't know. Don't even know. Because I ain't got no connections nowhere. You figure I had a friend that lived out there in the South, but I don't know what happened to him. I've been trying to get in contact with him, but he never returned my calls or my texts. I feel like as if I lost a friend. I hope he's alright though, that's all I gotta say. I hope he's alright, Yep. And the fact that he's from the South, I respect the simple fact that people from the South don't play. I respect that 100%. You know what I'm saying? I respect that 100%, that people in the South, they don't play. Like, if they was to not want anything to do with people no more, they mean what they say. That's how people in the South these days are. But what can you do, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's certain, if it could be a certain someone like a woman. If a woman was to not want shit to do with a man like me anymore. I mean, it's okay because I'm okay with myself not having a girlfriend or a wife. No children. I'm so okay with it, so I done been through this a lot, so fuck it. It is what it is. I ain't gotta have that shit, and I don't need to have that shit. Anyway, I'll catch y'all tomorrow, alright? Catch y'all tomorrow later. Peace.